All right, let's do this. Check this out. Check out this. Oh, that's the lesson plan. All right, so we got 10:06. Mr. Fields making progress, but hey, look at Clemson. All right, I know Wake Forest. We're gonna look at your organizer too, but we've got to look at this because yesterday this table was blank. Okay, and now people are really trying. Like it's good. So the one thing that I just want to tell you, and I think it'll save you some time, is the red section already tells us that you don't understand. So don't worry about saying I don't understand. I already know that. All you have to do is put the first hint and then comment or question about what you don't understand if you can. Right? So a red question could be something where you can get halfway through it, but it's that middle step where you get stuck. So say what the step is that you're not sure about. Now would help us when we go, that way someone doesn't start from the beginning every time. A yellow and green problem, all you need to do is put a picture of your worked out solution. And so what that does is it's the solution in your own words. So that helps me understand if you understand, but it will also help you the next day in class help someone because you'll have your solution right there in the organizer and you can talk to them about what you wrote and that will really help them and it'll help you. Okay, so the reason I say that is because you can see a lot of when people see what other people do, they start doing the same thing. So let's just all go back to this, unless you guys think you have a better way, but that is my idea. So I want to go over the red questions here. There's nothing that I do not understand. Careful with that, King James. It's pretty, okay. All right. You can't here. The y-intercept of the graph is the point of intersection between the y. Well said. But that being said, hey, Jannar is right there. All right, Jannar, keep working. All right. So right here, remember the y. No, it's gonna be something. All right, the y-intercept has an x value of 0. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna screenshot this one. So this can't be the okay. So let me go to the board. This can't be the intercept because we don't have zeros, right? So one of the key points that makes it easier is knowing what is yeah, a lot of people always think the x-intercept is 3 and the y-intercept is 2. No. Okay, so the y-intercept is the point where x is 0. And we'll figure out what the value is. And the x-intercept is the point when y is 0. And then we'll figure out what the value is. Whoops. Okay, so what we're going to do to find the y-intercept is we're going to write 3x plus 2y equals 5. But now I'm going to substitute 0 in for x. So 3 times 0 plus and then that goes away and we get 2y equals 5 and divide both sides. Y equals 5 over 2, right? It's so slow. Okay, so that's that. The x-intercept is here. Let me delete everything here. Okay, so the y-intercept is 0, 5 over 2. X-intercept, for that, we're going to substitute 0 in for the y. Okay, why it's going so slow. But now that cancels that out, and we end up with 3x equals 5. Okay, and then divide both sides by 3, and we get x equals 5/3. Leave it as a fraction. Don't worry about it. So that would be the x-intercept. Okay, so and this is the y-intercept. So that's how that goes. Substitute in those zeros and so on. Okay, so then once you do that, I think my whole, see now I just press Control F, type in chem, and then I paste the solution. All right, and we just go back and forth. No matter intercepts on a graph. Okay, so what's the question here? This is the answer in the graph. The reason I got it wrong first time is because I thought this question was an estimate. So I took a guess on what's between. I don't understand. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So yeah, you usually estimate, right, when there's when it's not going right through the number. But in this case, look, we got the 300 and the 250, and this is exactly halfway between. We can know that because when you look at the boxes, there's a interval is what you count by, right? So what are they counting by? Well, the numbers are going up by 50, but there's one box in between. So actually, if we were to fill in the missing spaces, we're actually counting by 25. All right, so what we want to do is say what's halfway in between there? That would be none other than 275. So this is the point 0.275. And then same thing here, right? So it's also, it doesn't have to be the exact same, but do you know what? Who is messing up my, oh goodness gracious. I've got to see, I'm telling you, the Clemson kids are they're just really doing a great job in that organizer now. So much so that I'm having trouble making that. All right. Okay. That's okay. So what was this again? Do you guys remember? 0.275. And then this one right here is going to be 125, 0. And again, do you see the zeros there? Yeah. But the nice thing about Khan Academy is, oh, but for the most part, I understand. So then once you understand, make sure, Davina and everybody, that you move it over to the yellow or the green. It's called updating the organizer. I need more practice on determining if determining the point of the coordinate and seeing if 0 goes first or after. Yeah. So right. So the x-intercept, 0 goes after, according to that language, which is just fine. Y-intercept, the 0 goes first. All right, then it will always be that way. Shakina, slope from a graph. Great question. For me, I don't really understand this concept. My real question is because there are many points on the great question. Shakina. All right, so let's talk about that. There are so many points on the graph, and it's hard to know which one to pick. Okay, so the answer is you just pick any two that but no decimals, okay? So do not pick decimals. Like Davina was saying about the estimating, when we're doing slope from a graph, we want to look and find the points that go exactly through an integer pair. So like this is -3, 1. And I know that. Ain't no doubt about it. Okay. Now I'm looking through, and this is hard. I think it's only right here. And what is this one? 2, -3. Now I got my pair. Yesterday, I think I was subtracting, but today I'm going to do this the traditional way with the slope formula. Okay, this is called the slope formula. And M is the letter that algebraticians have chosen to represent the slope. We'll talk more about that later. So I'm going to label this as an X value and this is a Y value. This is an X value and this is a Y value. This I will call 1 and this I will call 2. Okay? So I could have made either one X1, Y1 and either one X2, Y2. But now I'm going to substitute. This is my Y2. So I'm going to put that in for Y2. This is my Y1. My Y1 is 1. X2 is 2. Amazing. And X1 is -3. All right. Now it's just simplifying. What's -3 minus 1 is -4. 2 minus -3 is 5 because we got to add those together. The slope is -4/5. And that's how it goes. All right, so pick any 2 points. And if you want to do it the way I did it yesterday in the video, you can. If you want to use the slope formula, you can. You should know that formula, and I think they use it right there, right? So there you go. All right. Continue on. Joshua. I'm confused about the points that we chose. I answered that question. Could you choose any other point on the graph? I'll just say yes. Just don't choose decimals. All right. Daniel. Wait a minute. I just saw a question and it did everyone see that? It just like deleted. Nadia. Okay. It's good. So we kind of answered that, but one is a tough one. So but the x-intercept is 1.2 and the y-intercept would be, well, see again, it's 0.6 above, 0.8 below. So this would be at 0.7. It's exactly halfway. Joshua, oh, I don't really get the concept. I'm having trouble figuring out how to find an x and y intercepts from an equation. All right, so we did the one, but I'm gonna do this one too because the first one we did was in standard form. So now let's do this one because it's in slope intercept form. Okay. So do you remember where the 0 goes for the y-intercept? It goes first and the x-intercept second. But you guys are just great. After one day of practice, I'm really impressed. And I just want to make this video again because yesterday I was a bit cranky in my video. So I wanted to balance, especially since you stepped up. Look at that. So the y-intercept, we're going to substitute 0 in for x. X-intercept, substitute 0 in for y. X equals 0. So that's going to be y equals -7. 0 plus 3. Whoa. Whoa. And then that cancels that out. And we're done. The x-intercept is little bit trickier because the 0 is all by itself over there. But I'm going to put my variables on the left and my number on the right, do my division, and I'll be out of sight. 3/7. X-intercept is 3/7. Can't stress enough, leave those fractions, all right? Don't convert it to the decimal. Don't try to be a hero, because if you have to round, you'll get it wrong. And that's not going to be fun for anyone. All right. Missy here. So what is the slope? So I don't understand how the slope of the graph was -1/3. What I'm really not understanding is how they got 3, because the 0.20 difference has, which I completely understand, but what I got as my answer was 1/1. Could you explain why I went wrong? All right. So let's see, wait. She got, because the point are 20 and -1/1. Okay. -1/1 and 20. So that's good. Okay. So Missy used the same points, but let's do this one. Slope from my graph. So we already have the 2 points that we're going to pick. 20 and -1/1, right? And so the slope formula, so I always go x, y, x, y, okay? And then we, like I said, she completely understands the slope formula, which is amazing, because that's going to be helpful. Oh, right. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So just make sure you substitute in the right spot. That's the first thing. So we're going to put 0 minus 1, which is -1. And on the bottom, we're going to put y2. Do you know, did I just, oh yeah. We're going to put 2 minus -1. Oh, Missy, I think you missed a negative, because 2 minus a -1 is 3. And I think you had said 1. 2 minus 1 would be 1, but this is 2 minus a -1. I found your mistake. And that's no problem. That's probably something I would have done as well. Okay. That's exciting. It's not every day you find a mistake. All right. So, hey, that's all the red questions, but let's also go to Wake Forest. Wait for it. Wake Forest. Now I haven't been to this organizer yet. Thank you to whoever made the organizer. And okay. So don't forget to put hint number 1. And this is from the Edpuzzle videos, is it not? I believe so. So Christine, go back and watch that Edpuzzle video. But also, you know, put the 0 in for the y for the x-intercept, and the 0 in for the x and the y-intercept. Solve. Okay, and then we did the standard form. Why, when you substitute the variables, does it cancel out? Yes, the 1 being multiplied by 0 cancels out. You see how important these questions are, so that even if I don't do the whole question, I can still answer your question. Now, Alex, I checked and you do have all 100s now, so you probably want to move this over and put your solution underneath. Christopher Achanu. Okay, so we've done all of these, but right now in Wake Forest, what I'm looking for is your specific questions, right? And Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. I don't understand how I got this wrong, but I followed every step I was told to do. I'm so sorry. So Ryan, it looks like you got, what did you get? All right. So Let's see if we can help Brian out. I don't know what your answer was, but the slope is 2. Okay, we go over 1 up 2. But maybe tell me what your answer was. Show me your work. If you get if you follow every step on the Edpuzzle video, yeah, I want to see that. So so I can help you. I don't understand how to do it. How do I start? So remember, yeah, pick those 2 points, then use the slope formula. All right, practice on this. Yes. All right. So again, I don't understand how to do this. All right, but Delia, you also have all 100s now. So go ahead and update the organizer. Put your solutions in your own words. All right, guys. Those are all the red questions for Math 8. So I hope you guys have a great Wednesday, and keep posting and update the organizer when your scores increase, because they will. Bye.